Max is like, I do not want to do this again. Please don't make me. And I go, you gotta. We gotta do everything together. We're a team.
There's no earthly way of knowing.
Yep, it's all lit up now. There we go. Yep. I can see everything. I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
I can taste time. Classic Monarch, look at my cool new thing approach.
What, the suspicious eyeball? Like, I see you. I know your trick, Sam.
My money's on it's some kind of acid or magnet.
Ready the acid magnet! Bring her in nice and slow, Dr. My wife. I want to give them plenty of time to panic and soil their pants.
I like Flambe. He's bouncer slash fire breather slash sex magnet.
All right, so let's recap here real quick. For anybody who is just joining us, this is part 2 of Sam and Max Hit the Road.
We never do this.
We almost never do this, although we have a playlist full of episodes.
Of times where we've done this.
Times where we've done this. You can look it up by game title. I think I have a couple up by game system, and I have some just by topic, like the Venture Brothers.
Where can they find this, by the way?
It's all on our YouTube channel.
Gotcha. Where you are right now if you're watching it.
WJ Don't Play.
More than likely, anyway.
That's us.
Welcome back to Watson&James Don't Play. My name is James.
And I'm Watson. I think that's all the business we have right now.
And I'm watching you, Sam.
And so we've loaded up part 2 to get going here.
Part Dukes.
Part Duke. And we're about to get in the Hall of Oddities again, which you saw us enter, but we didn't really complete it last time.
We're walking left past the Hall of Oddities, I'll have you know.
Oh, because we already did the weird 3-legged guy. And
you got it.
The baby in the test tube. Everybody can watch last week's episode. It's fine.
Go up the path to arrive at the Tunnel of Love.
Cushman Brothers.
So in between recording, in between working, I'm still playing a lot of Elden Ring in my personal time.
Sure.
And in the background, I'm still playing episodes, not even episodes, but full 10-hour broadcasts of Saturday morning cartoons from when I was a kid. So this is like 1996, 97, where I kind of started becoming a person.
Yeah, I'd say like 95 through 98 is like the range of when I was watching cartoons every day. Just all cartoons.
Right.
Except for movies, all the TV I was watching was pretty much cartoons. Did you watch, what was the first like adult sitcom or something like that you remember really liking? And don't cite the original Batman because that's campy and meant for children.
Shit.
I mean, like, when did you start watching a show like MASH or Frasier or something like that was definitely geared more towards like just a regular crowd?
Oh, like a regular show?
Yeah, like a regular show.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Was Tales from the Crypt a regular show?
That's definitely geared towards, I think, teenagers.
Was it? Okay.
But it had enough gore and language and some nudity that, like, it was definitely marketed as being for adults, but it's, like, genre.
The real show that I remember watching on a pretty regular basis, it's a tie between Third Rock from the Sun.
Excellent choice.
And the X-Files.
An excellent choice.
Those are the two shows that felt silly enough to where like I'm still allowed to watch them, but my folks can watch it with me. And sometimes Mom would watch a show with me and she would immediately realize how inappropriate it was and be like, no, you can't watch this anymore.
Because there's like monsters and sex jokes and devil worship and stuff sometimes, but not all the time. And it's definitely not marketed towards kids.
Why is your little body covered in swan pimples, Max? What does that mean?
I would say...
Let's try that again.
I would say X-Files is fairly teen-friendly. I think a lot of teenagers would be into X-Files. That's a good time to start it.
Yeah.
I remember watching a little bit of Seinfeld as a kid, but MASH was the big one for me.
Gotcha.
It was like, that's live action. It's literally about war.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, as soon as you blink past, oh, that's a guy trying to get out of the army by wearing a dress. Like, it's definitely pretty tragic at times.
You're like, oh, this is heavy.
People die every episode.
Yeah. All right, I got to focus on this real quick.
But definitely focus on this swan boat ride that we're on.
So I'm supposed to shine the flashlight on the things, but I'm also supposed to shine the flashlight on... There's like a fuse box that I need to shine it on.
Go get your fuse box.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box. Mother...
Oh, it's so quick. It barely
It barely
lights
registered,
up.
yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Is that it? That's the only opportunity?
That's it, and we got to do it all over again.
Oh, I saw it
now.
again. I saw another. Okay, so it's before the beheading.
Before yeah, it's back here, and I gotta do that quick. Oh, are you kidding? Can I skip this?
All right.
No, I can't skip it. I have to do
You
this.
have to get that fuse box. All right. So while you circle back around,
Okay, yeah. Well, they just enjoy the boat ride.
while you just enjoy the boat ride, Sam and Max,
They're gonna kill that gnome. No.
I want to talk to you about the hood that we just saw on that
Okay.
executioner.
You're like, I want to talk to you about the hood. I'm like,
The block.
Like the hood?
What you say about me, mother?
Let's ride the tool again. Oh, the tunnel of love. I get it.
It's the Tunnel of Love.
Satan's there for some reason? Oh, because they're fucking.
No, but do you remember
Hell
when
yeah.
we were back a few episodes when we were playing Elden Ring on the show,
Yeah.
and we were talking about different outfits and things like that, and one of the things we brought up was how important like a hood or a hat or a wrap around your face is for like the overall outfit.
Yeah.
And I always thought an executioner's hood was like so underused. You know what I mean?
There's a really cool hood in the DLC. I can't use these things together. All right, I'm just gonna move on from this. I don't want to do this. I don't think I have to do it.
Okay, that's good.
You know.
If we get the option, yeah. Now that we've done it twice, I feel like, yeah.
Let's see. So it says here, take the flashlight from the inventory and shine on the walls. Once you shine the flashlight on the fuse box, the flashlight will stay on. Quickly use Max on the fuse box to stop the ride. Look at the man on the right. Sam will pull the beard and a small door in the castle will open. Walk through the door, talk to Doug, and ask him about the Bigfoot.
Who the hell's Doug?
The location of the largest ball of twine will appear on the map. I have to do this.
Try it one more time.
We're going to try it one more time, and then I'm going to do it, quote unquote, off the air.
I'm beginning to get frustrated.
Good. Me too. I'm sure there's something there. There is.
All right, so your flashlight is the only thing you need. I wasn't convinced you were shining it at the wall. Like, why do you keep flipping through?
Oh, it just, so every time I click the flashlight to use it, it flips to a different thing.
So what's the one before the flashlight?
I don't understand.
Click
Oh, like
the-
what's the option before the flashlight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cue that one up so that the first time you click, it'll go to it. It's the squeezy guy.
this one.
Leave up the squeezy guy
Yeah.
and then wait.
And then
Just fucking wait.
see, and it switches back even if I click that.
Oh
So
my
it
god,
skips
that's
the
fucking
flashlight.
frustrating.
Frustrating. Frustrating.
There it is. Go, go, go. How many times can you do it? Now, how do you activate it?
You just click it. When it turns red, holy
Oh.
jeez, are you kidding me?
All right, just once you're on flashlight,
So it turns red is when you can activate.
right? That's it. You got fucking.
That's it.
It barely blinked
They
red.
fucked me. Wow, that's stupid.
That is a tiny hitbox, my dude.
And it was this point everyone returned to the game. They said this is like a 15-day refund policy, and then you already opened the game, you can't return it. You can exchange it for the same game. Yeah, give me a different game. We'll try a different version of it. Maybe that one will work. We're gonna pause the episode.
We're gonna come back with the fuse box.
Yeah, all right. But I'm not gonna make everyone watch this for the next 23 minutes.
Sure,
That'd be silly.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's a swan, Sam.
All the food we eat meanders its way through a hose just like this.
No, it doesn't.
We cracked the code, baby.
We did.
We figured out how to play the children's game. So we need to pull the beard. Pull the beard. I can't pick that up. Pull the beard. Get off of there, Max. Quit trying to take that man's firearm.
It's an axe, but all right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a gun. Quit trying to take that man's gun axe.
Is that how beheadings are normally done, with a gun?
Yeah, they load it up and
Oh,
then
there it goes.
it explodes the head that way.
There's your door.
Fewer problems there.
Get the fuck out the door.
Settle down.
All right.
Okay. All right, we did it. Now we can talk to Doug.
Oh, fucking
Finally.
Doug.
Go through the door. Keep walking. There we are. Oh, Doug, you're terrible. Doug, you're the worst.
Doug, have you considered an intervention?
Doug's like, I've been back here for an age.
This is an episode of Hoarders waiting to happen.
What a cool pad. It's home.
All right. Fair enough. He's owning it, I guess.
It's alive. I thought it was a cleverly animated plush toy. Who are you? I'm Doug, the Mole Man. Who are you? Of course.
I should Google Sam and Max plush toys.
See if Doug's available.
See if Doug's available.
We like long walks on the beach. What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Doug the Mole Man, we're going to ask him about the Bigfoot now.
All right, yeah. Talk to him about the Sasquatch.
The location of the largest ball of twine will appear on the map. Bruno the Sasquatch? Why, the stories I could tell
click
you.
fucking through it.
Stop him, Sam. He's going to tell a story.
Thank you. I think we just definitively established which one of us each is.
Several hours later.
Yeah.
Love it. All this time, he's been watching the same thing that I was just talking about, which are like 90s Saturday morning cartoons and X-Files and MASH and all the good stuff we grew up with.
I was thinking about that episode of The $6 Billion Man where he meets the Sasquatch.
I was just about to bring up the 80s. What a guy. Now, was the
Steve Summers was the $6 Million Man.
yeah, and he fucked Bigfoot, right?
And they did a TV movie
He fucked Bigfoot.
where he fought the Bigfoot.
Fucked.
Which is one of those things where it's like, like 3 episodes tied together to be like a quote-unquote movie. It was one of those kind of deals.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But needless to say, it's stuck in the minds of the creators of the Venture Brothers. And yeah, on the show, Brock has to go up and help Steve Summers with his Sasquatch. But in the show, they're together.
Right, and I think they have to shave
They have to
Sasquatch
shave,
at
they
some
have to
point.
save Bigfoot.
And I don't know why he assumed this, but I guess he thought Bigfoot was a girl Bigfoot.
Could have told me Sasquatch was a dude.
Huh? Oh, you couldn't tell?
Not until I had to shave him.
What, are you shy? Sasquatch doesn't have anything you haven't seen before?
Sasquatch is something I haven't seen before.
We gotta give him the candy. Here,
That was
take
a-
some candy.
That was our mandatory Venture Brothers digression for this episode.
We always have one, right?
It's in every episode.
So I've been thinking about like some of the things that influenced the stuff we enjoyed in the 90s. Again, it's always the decade before that kind of sets the stage for what's to come, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, you're building off the previous. Yeah.
And it got me to thinking about like X-Files couldn't have happened without the 80s, right? Without 80s sci-fi kind of changing things. And science fiction changed a little bit right around 1982. That was a good year for sci-fi.
It was the definitive end of the 70s.
Absolutely.
Because obviously the 70s didn't end on, December 31st, 1979.
I thought you were going to say, obviously the 70s didn't end on a high note.
And they didn't.
They,
No.
they just didn't.
The 70s crashed out so hard that it led to Reaganomics. Think about
Christ.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all fucked it up.
Trickle down, baby.
You goddamn boomer hippies partied the 60s away, had a hangover for the 70s, and woke up as preppies in the 80s.
Is this implying Trixie's been practicing on something? Like practicing something for Bigfoot? Since Bigfoot's so well endowed? Is that what we got going on
I don't
here?
like that.
You don't like that?
That seems bad. I'm looking at the...
It is bad.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Bruno's a nice guy.
Bruno's good. All right, Bruno's good people.
He does a lot of foreplay. There's aftercare. It's all very consensual and loving.
I never said it wasn't.
You implied that it wasn't. That she was going to need to stretch out for his hog.
I'm saying she's doing it willingly, like she's on board.
All right.
Like she wants this.
I just want her to have agency.
I'm not saying she doesn't.
All right.
Because he's frozen.
Look, she's crying.
She
She
didn't-
was crying.
She didn't talk. He didn't talk her into anything being frozen.
It looks like she's being sold to him. I don't like
All
this.
right, now they're leaving together.
Happy couple, though. I read it on the screen. I'm choosing not to look into it. They were a happy
They
couple.
were a very happy couple. I'm trying to think of some of the movies in '82 that came out.
Just had a crisis just then. You're
They're-
thinking about movies like The Thing.
Yeah,
You're thinking about movies like
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist, sure.
E.T.?
Blade Runner.
I got E.T. on VHS today, by the
I
way.
fucking hate E.T.
Really?
Me and my friends would have killed E.T. with a claw hammer, I can tell you that.
I got a crowbar.
You ever seen that?
All right, we gotta back to the game real quick.
Have you ever seen that tweet that's me and my friends would have killed E.T. with a hammer?
No, Oh, you think they would have just ended E.T. right then?
No, I think it's just a generational thing where it's like that generation is like, yeah, let's light up fingers and shit. And our generation is just like, the fuck is that?
Get him!
Kill that ball sack.
All right, after leaving the tunnel of love, exit the screen to the right, and then continue walking to the right to arrive at Trixie's trailer, where apparently we're going to have an 82 movie marathon, and I'm pretty excited about that.
No, I'm just not a huge Spielberg guy in general. I'm weird about his movies. I think his best movie is probably AI, which I don't think a lot of people think.
No, not at all. I'm
And
thinking
E.T.
like,
that like everybody loves and is like universally loved, right? It was one of the highest grossing movies of the time. I am just like, it is saccharine, manipulative BS. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like, that's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Whereas
What about Jaws or Jurassic Park? You feel about it like that too?
Jurassic Park is a fun blockbuster. It's like a big, fun thrill ride made from a genre book. Like, I get what it is, you know?
Always on the lookout for a future ex-Miss Malcolm. Probably my favorite line from the movie. I'm just like, because when I heard that when I was a kid, I go, the fuck is he talking about?
He's a dog.
And later on in life, maybe a decade after the movie came out, because that came out in 93, so I was in kindergarten.
Sure.
And I didn't know what was happening. I just was waiting for dinosaurs to pop up on the screen, you know?
Jaws I like because Jaws is good, but here's the secret. Jaws is good for two reasons that really aren't Spielberg at all. One is the obvious. Bruce, the prosthetic, not really prosthetic, but the animatronic shark malfunctioned. They couldn't show it as much as Spielberg wanted to show it.
I thought you were going to say Bruce, the prostitute.
Oh my God. Anyway, so by virtue of that fact, that's why you get the right amount of shark in that movie. So it's almost in spite of Spielberg. And two, the other big reason is because he's basically ripping off Hitchcock. The camera moves and shit that he gets credited with for that movie, like the zoom in.
Yeah.
That's Hitchcock. That's not Spielberg. So Spielberg, although a master filmmaker and does great work,
I was like, he's made some hits.
He's made some hits. That's undeniable. But here's the other thing people don't often consider when they talk about Spielberg. He's made over 20 movies. You can't name more than maybe 10 of them that are good. Yes, they're very good, but he's very hit or miss, and people are very quick to forget films like 1941 and shit like that didn't do well, and everybody dislikes. But when he hits the right chord and manipulates you just right, then he's made magic. So we all give him a pass, and I'm a little harder on him than that.
I didn't expect this. I really didn't. I didn't expect such a scathing commentary on, and it's welcome. I'm into it.
Look,
I've never even heard it.
I didn't grow up in the 80s, so I don't have those nostalgia glasses for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, for sure.
I hit in the 90s when it was like, all right, let's go back and look at 80s. Let's look at 70s, 60s, 50s, all that stuff. And as you go back decade by decade and see who influenced who and who's just kind of stole from who.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you what's worth investigating. The 1970s movie, The Eyes of Laura Mars. It's a movie that was co-written by John Carpenter that's currently available on the Criterion Channel.
What's it called again?
It's called The Eyes of Laura Mars.
Uh-huh.
It's a really well done movie that, like I said, written by John Carpenter, so it's got a real nice edge to it. But I highly recommend that one, but that's like an underrated one, you know, that doesn't get talked about a lot. Very influential, though.
Just happened.
I have no idea what's been happening. I kind of blacked out.
Apparently. I've been trying to I'm trying to follow this walkthrough.
I blacked out when I started talking about
I'm enjoying
Stevie Spielberg.
Yeah, man. Fucking, you're blowing my mind. I didn't expect you to go off like that. I mean, go off, Queen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
slay, Queen.
Like, fucking go off.
Look,
but it just came out of nowhere. It felt like it came out of nowhere.
I'm not here to suck his dick, I'll tell you that. And
Okay.
I love Freakazoid. I love the Animaniacs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're aware of it, right?
Right.
You're aware of people enjoying it. Am I stuck here? No,
I
I'm not
love
stuck
just as much Spielberg stuff as the next guy, but like why and what I love of his is nuanced, we'll say.
Is that Dr. Demento?
It appears to be Dr. Demento.
The Dr. Demento?
You know who it also looks like? It looks like Stephen King's character Geordie from Creepshow, which is another 80s movie.
We have reached the world's largest ball of twine that looked like it may have been in Minnesota. I wonder what came first, Sam and Max Hit the Road or Weird Al's...
Oh, it's got to be Weird Al.
Like epic, because it is an epic.
Weird Al, Dr. Demento. Yeah, the pieces are all there.
Yeah, I think it came first.
And talking about 82 movies, Creepshow's another one that came out in 82.
You know,
the horror genre did well, too.
Yeah, so the one that jumps out at me, the two that jump out at me are Poltergeist and The Thing. I'm thinking more science fiction, though, and how science fiction kind of took a wild turn. And I'm going to give full credit to The Thing, to changing the way people perceive science fiction. And that it can be, like, not all horror or not all science fiction, that it can be a combination of both.
All right, I want you to do that. And then after you do that, I've got another one in the chamber for Spielberg about Poltergeist.
All right, we got to hit the question icon here.
Yeah, do that.
Using my telekinetic powers to bend my tools. Why? To help me fix the rotating mechanism on this fucking diner.
Hilarious.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, it does. The wires sticking out, the cloud going by.
What are these malformed tools good for? He's supposed to give us a spanner. I love a good spanner.
Spanner would be great right now.
Yeah, you need one.
Scratching hard to reach places.
Every place is hard for me to reach.
It's true, he's small.
He's small and strangely shaped. I'm small and just can't move very well.
That's great.
Give you a spanner. Give me your
So
spanner.
Is that what you think the breakthrough was for things being all sci-fi or all horror?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is really...
I give full credit to John Carpenter for reshaping cinema.
I think it could share some credit with probably Alien.
John, I love you. Be on my show.
I'm going to say Alien came out a little bit before and is definitely, like you say, like half and half.
Right.
You know? Because the last 30 minutes of Alien is not a sci-fi movie. The last 30 minutes of Alien is a fucking horror movie.
It is full on, yeah.
It's full horror. And yeah, I think Carpenter, though, I think he really does, like you said, he really blends those genres, and takes what's kind of the best about both and puts them on screen. And he's just such a good craftsman. He's so good at making movies.
And he seems like a really cool guy. That helps too.
That does help.
I've seen some interviews with him, and he just seems really down to earth.
God, Carpenter's 80.
I know that's always a thing that people say about the celebrities they like, is that they seem down to earth, but really it kind of works for him, you know?
He's pretty open about the fact that he likes to sit at home on his Xbox, smoking weed and watching movies. Like, he's not pretentious about that kind of stuff at all. If you've seen interviews with him, you see him talk about, like, I don't know, man, I just showed up and tried to make a good movie. Like, I tried to get my shots every day, tried to tell a good story, tried to stretch the budget I was given. You know?
Yeah.
He's known for writing scripts to the dollar amount. Like, he knows what stuff costs. So when they say to him, oh, we know we approved your script, but the budget's been reduced, he'll say, okay, well, then I can't make it, because I'm not going to make a shitty movie just because.
I was going over a list last night about the different movies that came out in 82, and he wasn't involved in Halloween 3, was he?
No.
No, of course not.
No. By that point, he was gone.
Yeah. But
he was basically forced to do 2.
Right. But The Thing came out in 82, and that's what kind of drew me to Halloween 3, because that also came out in 1982. And it bums me out that Halloween was not allowed to be the anthology series that they kind of wanted it to be.
It could have been.
It could have been.
It could have been.
Whenever Halloween 3 came out, Michael Myers was not in it. People felt, I guess, a little bit robbed.
All right, here's my dream.
Okay, what's your dream?
And then I'm going to go back to that poltergeist thing.
Yeah, okay.
Real quick. And then
Real-
we can
real-
talk,
real-
then we
like,
can
real
talk
quick.
more about Halloween and
All
Carpenter.
right, yeah,
and
go
stuff.
ahead.
Because like I said, I still got one in the chamber for Spielberg. So I think my dream for the Halloween franchise would have been John Carpenter directs Halloween as we know it. It is a perfect film, right?
Right.
He doesn't come back and do Halloween 1 and introduce the fact that Laurie's the sister and do all that stuff, right? So 1 stands as a pristine film about a guy on Halloween killing people.
Hell yeah.
Halloween 2 then becomes what we now know as Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, where it's a completely different storyline and it's just a cool movie with great effects. Then they can go from there and, like you said, make it just in that vein, an anthology movie that changes every year. It just happens to take place on Halloween. That's the theme. So it's the Halloween franchise. It's weird stuff happening on Halloween. And the first 2 entries are Michael Myers. And then you have the whole Silver Shamrock storyline of the second one. 3 could be anything. You know? Give it over to another horror director in the 80s. Let him do something. Let Tobe Hooper do something in the series. Let Cronenberg do something. Whatever. You know, that could have been the ultimate, like, horror franchise. Because it would be free to do whatever it wanted.
Are you seeing what's happening right now?
But no, we got the Cult of Thorn or whatever, and Paul Rudd, and just a fucking mess. Telekinesis. They did Michael Myers versus fucking Firestarter.
Whenever
You remember that one? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, whenever Paul
Yeah.
Rudd threw down the magic rocks and it stopped Michael Myers from advancing, I was just like, Paul Paul Rudd, you're going to have a career, believe it or not. No one else involved in this is going to have a career after this.
Everyone else's career is shattered.
You're going to be Ant-Man someday. Isn't that something?
You're going to be Hank Pym. No, he's not Hank Pym. He's the protege, right?
I'm inside the fish.
Anyway.
It's like a Jonah and the big giant fish situation.
So Toby...
We're going to eat that old man. You're going down, old man.
You're going down. So Toby Hooper directs Poltergeist, and everybody goes, well, it was produced by Steven Spielberg, and it's a good movie, so I think Steven Spielberg directed Poltergeist. And to this day, people shit on Toby Hooper about that movie because they think he just, like, didn't actually direct it.
Really?
And that pisses me off to no end. Toby Hooper fucking directed Poltergeist. Steven Spielberg didn't do shit on that movie.
You know that scene in the bathroom where the guy starts pulling his face off?
It's amazing, and that's not something Steven Spielberg could do.
No, absolutely not. But it reminds me of when I get home from work, I just start peeling my face off.
No, I get it. You didn't have to elaborate.
And you
it just reminds me of when I get home from work.
I'm over here touching my face like you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm enjoying all this. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, let's let that play out.
Yeah, I will. It's great. It helps me talk because I don't have to focus on anything. I get a break from gameplay for a moment. You know how hard it is to play a game and pay attention to somebody? It fucks me up, man.
I like it. I like that you're on the level that I was at
a few
minutes ago.
I'm so fucking edgy.
That's right, man.
Yeah, like let it out.
Let it out. This is what this half hour is for.
Let it all out.
Rants and nostalgia every week. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Rants and nostalgia every week.
Let's see. I wore out that E.T. tape, though. I liked it a lot when I was a kid.
It's fine. I get it.
The scene where he gets drunk.
I get it.
E.T. drunk, falling around the kitchen, running into the fucking fridge, just hammered at 2 in the afternoon. That's hilarious. But then I think about, like I had family members that would be hammered at 2 in the afternoon, and that's traumatic.
In practice, it's pretty terrible.
It's pretty funny when E.T. does it because he's just a funny little guy.
He's just a little guy. Quick question, because now we're at the world's largest ball of twine, and I feel like we're coming to an end for this week.
We found a guy and we picked him up. He smelled real bad, and his name was Bernie.
And his name was Bernie.
The loose piece of string is over the railing. Use max on the piece of string.
What is E.T.'s favorite candy?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's?
Right? Reese's Pieces.
There it is.
Reese's Pieces.
Fuck you. We're not friends anymore.
Why? Because I said Reese's Pieces? I said it on purpose.
You fucking child.
You fucking... Reese's Pieces.
Ugh. It makes my skin crawl.
Apparently.
Do you understand that?
That's hilarious.
Reese's Pieces. It's on the package. It's not a Mandela effect where oh, that's how people say it.
Again, none of this was rehearsed.
Some idiot thought that shit was cute, and it is not.
I think anything I could say tonight would set you off.
Public service announcement. I baited you into saying it because I said, what is E.T.'s favorite candy? I didn't say how I pronounced it. You know what I mean?
You didn't say how to say it, though.
Exactly. I baited you into my trap.
I tricked you, you fool.
I tricked you.
You fucking idiot.
You maroon.
I'm supposed to use Sam on the piece of string. Oh, there it is.
So, yeah, public service announcement. They're Reese's Pieces. It's totally normal to say them like that.
Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just normal.
Reese's Pieces.
And I want to slap you.
Just slap anyway, he slapped the piss out of me.
Slapped him.
It felt kind of cool.
No one ever saw me again.
Are we going to keep playing this next week?
Maybe.
I think we should. It's
great.
great.
We should. The walkthrough's helping us.
Yeah. What are you two doing out here? He's going to kill us.
All right, we're going to see what that butcher knife does next week.
Let's start crying like babies. Good plan.
Same Sam and Max channel, same Sam and Max time.
On Watson and James Don't Play.